sé. Lo más triste de la realidad, solo mentira, nada verdad. Le quedaba mucho por sentir, no creo que fuera necesidad. Tú me quitaste la libertad, supe que no fue mi voluntad, pero se trata de vivir, oh no. Después de todos los paris me llamas, diciéndome borracha que me quieres más. Y odio que tu amiga me cae. Lo que fue prohibido lo aprovechan más. Si no quieres beber, tengo filas hasta 3. No te necesito más. Te crees mucho, lo sé. Fui quien te digo sé, pero hay más en Instagram. Si no quieres beber, tengo filas hasta 3. No te necesito más. Te crees mucho, lo sé. Fui quien te digo sé, pero hay más en Instagram.
Ooh, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. We can't be here that long. I can't be here that long. I got to go. Some hot tea is out here for the show, y'all. Everybody is grabbing it. Hey, ladies, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Good morning, Sultra. I wanted to contact you too, Sultra. I wanted to contact you because you did a show and I have permission to show pieces of the show. I got permission already. I was just kind of waiting, giving it a little time to jump back to that topic that you appeared on the show. Sultra. This message is to Sultra speaking, and it was when you guys were on the jury, panel of Choke No Joke. I have permission. He gave it to me. I want to drop that. And I want to invite you over so that you can explain to us your narration, your point of view of what you were talking about on that show regarding, I'll tell you what it was regarding, then I'm going to move on so that if you decide to join me over here, I'll appreciate it because I was leaning towards your point of view and what you guys were doing on that jury panel where you had your synopsis about the storage in Don Russell and the keys and who all had access and things. So I have to say that with your point of view over there, I got permission to replay just that portion of it, and I wanted to hear your point of view, your elaboration on it more in depth because I was agreeing with you. I was like, okay, go ahead, Soldier. You on point with that. So, but good morning, everybody. Good morning. So I hope that you would take me up on my invite, hopefully on one of the upcoming ladies' night, probably Saturday, to go more in depth about your point of view with that storage. It's old, but old is still good. We can still talk about it, right? So, again, good morning, everybody. I'm only here for a second to drop y'all the rebuttal hot tea that is out here. I know that I have 4 gentlemen up on the back of my screen. Let me turn the light on so y'all can see me better. I know I have them up, and I am not insinuating much of anything but what you guys have literally saw out there, right? According to the article that was put out a long time ago, these 4 guys were included in, a lot of stuff under someone else's speculation of, there might be a little bit of pieces in a part of what we see go on out here today. So keep that in mind. I ain't pointing fingers. I ain't the police. I ain't coming to do none of this. I just have them up just to remind me of the association that these 4 kind of had on a diabolical, symbolizing intellectual topics that they had came out and started running with each other over there. We know one of them on this side over here is now incarcerated for his own doings as he was getting incarcerated, indicted. He also had a few words that was against Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly that the prosecutors or, the bad people got hold of and decided to use some of what he was doing to help progress in this takedown for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. This one right here, I'm not really 100% sure because he is 100% a actor out here. So this one right here has his ways of playing his hands double-sided. He got this side going on and he got this side going on. As far as I know, this guy right here had came out earlier in this debacle, started on Phases to the Next channel. However, this is not where I had first learned of this guy. This guy had a interview off of Facebook with another young lady that most of you guys should know by now, that I came out here not knowing anything about who, much of this one and the young lady. I just came across of it in Facebook and I dropped it out here. And of course, this guy right here came back and immediately struck my channel. So I don't know what that was for, because all I was doing was just putting the news out about this, trying to paint myself a picture about what was going on. This guy behind me has as well spent some time over on the intellectual platform over there with, again, me and probably a lot of you guys are still trying to figure out which way is his hands. Is it up or is it down? However, I have a problem with this because I don't condone in straddlers. And that's just me. That's my personal feelings. I believe that if you are rocking one way, you just don't go and touch toxic right here, all to prove some type of point, and I think that the way that all four of these guys went about doing it, mainly these two here that claims that they are 100% down for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, one directly behind me claims that he is for sure Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's cousin. But then in some of his commentary, he'll come back, and I believe he just recently had an argument about, well, what does the name says? And he says the name, is Levi for Kelly. But then he came back with the bottom side of his hand and changed it up and said that I am the cousin. So that kind of got a lot of people confused out here. 1 minute he tells the people to go by the title. What does his name say? Levi is for Kelly. But then if he's in a heated debacle or he's trying to press his point out here to appear to be this cousin, he will double back and tell you that I am his cousin. Now, what I get from cousin Levi with trying to claim a position in the family tree, and I'm not going to get into that. I just want to speak into it for a moment. We all now is aware that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, the rumor has it, is that it's a possibility that his mom, there was something else going on in the family. My dog always gets going, y'all, every time I speak. I don't know why. But, that the rumor has it that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly mom may have had a mishap or so with, her dad. And it was something that they all wanted to just keep quietly, not out here in the public. When you read Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's book, The Soloist, it always mentions repetitively in his book that he was always told to just hush, let it go. What you see, you don't have to go and broadcast. So, I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe it could be a possibility, the man who was, Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's mother, and they like to call it incest out here, and this is just all allegedly of what you hear out here on the YouTube streets. And this man was never to be spoken about. It was also said that there was about $20,000 given to the parents of the Kelly brothers, and for everything to go away. There has to be some reasoning behind that theory, because it just never was talked about. It never came out here. Kelly knows to hush. The family kept everything hush inside their family, and that privacy belongs to them. It belongs to them. So let's move on, because right now I'm only here for about 30 minutes, you guys. I'm just dropping this to give y'all a little bit of heat. So I believe that positive vibes, because if a brother comes out to ask you, tell us how and what's the dad name. If I was the cousin, I'm going to tell you it was John. John is the so-and-so dad, and this is Auntie Becky, and I am related by this. It would be no problem. But of course, positive vibes, everybody out here had to just enjoy the moment of his excuse. Okay, his excuse was because if he put that information out, his life would probably be in danger. That's what the excuse was, and that was the excuse of what Sharon Winbush also gave the people out here. Why would I do that? My life would be in danger, and so on and so forth. So that was something that everybody just had to swallow like a pill. It is what it is. We have a lot of people that believes otherwise, and that's just that. It'll all come out in the freaking wash, as they say. So this guy over here, which we all know goes by Angelo Clarey. Well, a couple of days ago, there was an tweet put out by Angelo Clarey. Angelo Clarey did not like that the fire has turned up out here. I mean, it is beyond 306 degrees. We all know that the normal temperature for a fire should be around 180, but she has turned the notch up, doubled it up to 360, y'all. It's pretty hot. So she has it where, you know what? A whole lot of people after this motion is having a lot of things to say. It's not that they're contradicting themselves. This time they are contradicting themselves just like they did when they first came out. Here's what I believe. The information that Angelo Clarey decided to come back and tap Jennifer Bonjean, which we all know is the attorney of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, after the motion comes out, stirred the pot up. What I don't understand is if this was some things that he felt that should have been irrelevant on the things that he said to this attorney, especially bringing out something about Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's attorney. Why now? So we can clearly see that this motion that was put out that had the information about his ex-wife or the wife or the significant other, whatever title that you choose to give the young lady or whatever, is known by Alice Clarey. So what had happened, I think that he is really pissed off. Do I believe what this guy is saying? Hell to the no. I think that this is one of the guys that just cannot gain control over his emotions. After seeing how this guy and this guy on the end got down off of Nick at Night for bringing just commentary to her show and made a choice out of anger to come back to attack that young lady, now clearly shows after Jennifer Bonjean drops that motion on how this guy is able to react. Now, if this was a scare tactic or not, here is my suggestion and my opinion, which don't mean too damn sense out here, but I have one. I suggest with attorney Jennifer Bonjean to sit tight. Because see, just that one attack isn't enough. That's only going to land him a cease and desist. That's too weak of a goddamn punishment. Excuse my French, people. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. I'm in a hurry and I got to go. I'm pretty sure a lot of people going to be picking up the show about this second goddamn rebuttal that came back and tapped him on his ass. Now, I am following Twitter very, very closely because I want to see if he's still going to have that same energy of the message that Stephen Greenberg put out, right? But his actions have clearly showed angerness. He's mad. He wants this to all be about Azarel Clarey. And Jennifer Bonjean dropped a bombshell out here, exposing his significant other, ex-wife, girlfriend, whatever title you choose to give her, on how Azarel Clarey clearly plays out in this picture, of which I would like to call part of a setup where her mother, in my opinion, had the eyes on the money. Baby, you can sing. This man is a millionaire. We need the money. Get your ass in there and do whatever you have to do to entice, seduce, and grab this man. Well, Azarel, as we know, you have Jennifer Bonjean that is pointing out the legal age of what Azarel was during her times of Chicago over to New York. Was she at the right age when she did travel according to the law? A lot of people out here has to get out your feelings. This is nothing about your feelings. You have to dig into the law. And the question to everybody is, Jennifer Bonjean hitting this with absolutely the miscarriage of the law? What did these people do to violate Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly due process in the court of law? She has found all kind of flaws in this case after the Canic man, as they like, you guys like to call him out there, the Canic power, whatever he does, set the goddamn gameplay up for her to come back with this stuff. Canic was able to retrieve whatever he can out of these girls by allowing them to speak on the panel to tell they contradicting stories. He has caught them up in so much stuff, which allowed Jennifer Bonjean now to come in and add her sugar, honey, spice, iced tea on the situation. This was clearly a miscarriage of law put on Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Okay, now let's jump. We're going to stay on Angelo. I'm going to show you guys his first tweet that is that he tweeted to Jennifer Bonjean. But like I said, I think Jennifer Bonjean should clearly just sit for a second. Let's see how much juice he really has. We saw him attack Tasha K more than, what, 2 times? They had that debacle. Well, you know, and you know, and you know what I did. We all saw that shit out there. We saw how many times he came back to attack on Nick at Night. Well, let's see if he's going to come back and attack couple of more times on Jennifer Bonjean, because then therefore she now can take this law and take it past this cease and desist, and let's go ahead and put a warrant out for a goddamn threatening and harassing my freaking life, and hold him up in there. See if that would scare him down a little bit. I don't understand where people come out here and feel like they can say these type of things to certain people of power, not just power vocally, but power financially. You mean to tell me that this nigga right here is gonna have enough money to come up in there and fight against that darn attorney? Some people need to stop thinking with their other head and use this head up here, baby, because I don't think you got enough money or knowledge of the law to rumble with that goddamn Jennifer Bonjean. But let's get it up. I hope you guys can see it. Oh my God, hold on. It was up. I can't leave my Twitter page open too long because it's on the security thing. So it'll eventually close it out for security purpose, because you guys know I'm not the most likable person out here. So any type of my information get out here, these thirsty ass mother suckers is looking for it so that they can have something to say or look me up. Y'all know how that shit goes. So Twitter, I have it on a timer. It will lock me out if I am not showing any activity on here. Another thing that has absolutely nothing to do with this that I must say, because y'all know I got to drop y'all some humorous shit out here on my chat, because sometimes I have a shit and giggle show. But today I am clearly showing you guys that I am the goddamn shit shows supervisors. Come on, y'all. Let's check this goddamn thing out, y'all. Let's check it out. This was his first punch. Let me see if I could get it up here, because the other day we had a little problem with it. Good morning. About 10 more minutes to get through this. So give my screen a second. It's got to catch up. While it catches up, I am going to read you exactly what Angelo Clarey tweeted to Jennifer Bonjean. Bonjean Law Group. He at that shit. He did. So give me a thumbs up if you guys can see the screen. Pretty good out there. I'm noticing that it is coming up. It says here, Jennifer Bonjean, you tried to play my family with you. First of all, what did this have to do with a personal attack on Jennifer Bonjean when Jennifer Bonjean is just the attorney for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly? So what she has done was written up a motion which she has in all legal rights to do so because she is a hired attorney for him. Here's what I suspect. I don't think that they thought that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly was going to be able to obtain an appeal attorney so fast. That's what I thought. But this is a good thing. This is a plus sign because you all don't know, I don't know, they don't know who all Mr. Kelly has out here rooting for him and fighting for him behind these scenes or across the sea or over the sea, helping him. So I give a shout out to whoever stepped forward, which I got a pretty good idea of who did it, but that's my personal freaking opinion. And right now, I'm going to keep that on the freaking down low. When it's ready for it to drop out here on how Jennifer Bonjean was obtained, you guys will just be surprised and just give that person a shout out because it happened. Now, with Angelo Clarey, you going up against an attorney that has nothing to do with your personal feelings about how she wrote up something to expose the freaking daughter. It's called the law. It's called an attorney. She was supposed to dig further into to see what else was out there because her client is not you. Her client is not Angelo Clarey. Her client is Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Let me see y'all hashtag Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, or you can shorten it up by hashtagging R. Kelly up in the chat room. Mrs. Attorney Jennifer Bonjean, I'm pretty sure is not sitting back worrying about your personal feelings, but I know she probably sitting back saying to herself, oh yeah, drop that anger, Angelo Clarey. Come on, put some more out here because all you doing is giving that woman more goddamn fuel to fight this shit with. But no, these morons just don't know how to go sit down and fold their hands up. So you go on to say, in your pervert client lies. And you gotta be careful with that, right? Because when Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly get this case overturned, you just may be getting hit with one hell of a defamation goddamn lawsuit against Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. I'm just saying that you gotta watch it because you're claiming that right now that you know for 100% sure that this man is a pervert, and you have not proven that. Neither has your freaking expired attorney, Michael Avenatti. He's in jail. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do about that? That man is in jail, and he clearly told the people out here, I can't quote it exactly, but he did say something about, well, 80% of this shit is bullshit. Can I get a hashtag bullshit in the chat? Your attorney that you hired, but you don't speak on that one anymore. So let's move on, because you said to Jennifer Bonjean, when will his truth come out? The attorney that represents Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly has brought out the truth. It was on black and white, stated on how your ex-wife, your wife, your significant other, your girlfriend, or whatever, played part into pushing Azrael up on that man. The question that I have, though, like I said, I have this question. If Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly sent this young lady home, how in the hell do parents write a letter for her to end her ass right back up over in Chicago to be with him? It is known out here, and it is getting publicly pushed out here now. And I'm gonna have to reverse it up, y'all. A lot of people say public opinion is not the law. I'm sorry, y'all. Team Kels is over here pushing out they goddamn public opinions. So these public opinions over here on the Team Kels side is what I like to say got to be facts, because they're speaking it after an attorney has done her investigation to push that darn narrative out. And that's the one that I am going to follow. I don't think that Jennifer Bonjean is pushing no bullshit lies to get herself in trouble in this bar. I don't think so. Let's move on. You said to Jennifer Bonjean, when will his truth come out about him? And what he did to his own daughter. Here, newsflash, Angelo Clarey. Ain't nothing up in there in those indictments or none of that shit. And so, if you ask me, I don't think it should be any worry about nothing about his daughter for you to have come push that narrative out. She is not even mentioned of anything up in an indictment of him in Chicago. We're only concerned about what the hell is in the indictment that picked Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly up after people coming out and reading these quoted transcripts that was typed up in a court of law, where those people have to raise their hand and say, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Now, we understand that we're dealing with predominantly the black race out here. So a lot of black people will go up in there and raise their hand hoping to not get caught, because they have rehearsed they got darn narration to tell the freaking juror. They don't give a hoots. They don't give a hoops. They gonna tell whatever. This don't mean shit. All black people knows that you got to catch me if you can. And that's the game that I believe that those black women played on that stand. But that's just my opinion. So don't take it for what it's worth. Yeah, just my damn opinion. You says that you are sure the truth about this sicko will come out soon. Now, Angelo Clarey, I ain't never spoke on you. But you mean to tell me that we just sat here, listened to a whole goddamn transcript that transpired from the courtroom that went on, correct me if I'm wrong, for about 6.5 weeks before they came back with their verdict. That has already been ran through. What you mean to tell me that if Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly has to go back to a trial instead of getting it acquittal and walking away, that these same ladies is going to come on this stand and repeat something differently? You better make that shit make sense, because now their asses are really going to be in trouble, and you really just sold Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly a get out of jail free goddamn card. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying, so you got to watch what you say, but we like when you say it, we get to talk about it. Good morning, Dana. Good morning, everybody in the chat room. Good morning. You said that you will be here waiting for the public apology. Now, I can't understand why you feel like the people are going to owe you a public apology, and here's why. You're not the one that's trying this case, so nobody will owe you anything, but that's just my goddamn opinion. Not my, hey, you're not trying the case. In order for the people to owe you a public apology, you're going to have to be the one, the prosecutor, up in there running that case. Yeah, you're going to have to be the one. You are. But you're talking about, good morning, boo, these people that you say, or Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, biological daughter is going to come out all of a sudden now to appease your ego, appease how you're feeling about this, to nail her own dad on what your accusations are or allegations are. I'm going to have to say that that's some total goddamn bullshit. But that's just me and my goddamn opinion. Now, let's move on, because we're going to have to get over here to what Greenberg decided to rebuttal on you. Let me see if I can get it up, y'all. Hold on. I gotta switch screens. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna, hold on, let me see if I'm gonna be able to blow this up Probably not. Let's go here. Okay, let's see if you guys can see that. If you can't see it, forgive me. I'm just going to read it to you. Well, Stephen Greenberg came back with his rebuttal, and his rebuttal was to Angelo Clarey. Now, I don't see anything under the tweeter where Angelo Clarey came back to rebuttal to Stephen Greenberg, or maybe he just haven't gotten it yet, or maybe Greenberg had just done shut that yapper up. Because what I read out of this is Stephen Greenberg is literally saying in layman language that, come on with it, nigga. Come on with it. See, y'all thought that y'all didn't have some stuff to say, but according to this, he was just sitting back waiting on his goddamn chess move. That's what I get out of this. And I know a lot of people ain't in favor of the Greenberg because it will appear that Greenberg allowed a lot of this stuff to play out. Understandable. But sometimes I guess you really got to understand the game of chess. If you're still feeling that way about Greenberg, that's how you feel about it. Nobody can take that away from you. But from this post here, and if this post has some validity to it, some loyalty to it to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, I'm going to have to clearly say that Greenberg made one hell of a goddamn chess move. Sometimes you just got to wait for it. You just got to wait for it. Amen in the chat, y'all. Greenberg comes back to and he muted it though. Oh, well, he added it to mute the M something, not him. Now I don't know if that's directly to Angelo, because he should have added it as well to Angelo Clarey, but it seems like he just took care of them as a whole. So whoever to whom this may apply. Dude, he says, dude, you pimped out your own kid, taught her to lie. What a shining example of a parent. Now, call me stupid and slap me if I'm silly, but I believe that this guy here and this guy here attacks a lot of people about their parenting skills because they got into their feelings because a lot of people did not jump on board on how they wanted people to feel when it came to an old story about a deceased child that none of us out here has anything to do. And second of all, ain't nothing about what this 20-year-old incident had happened was in no freaking indictment. Had nothing to do with that. That's what you call clearly a freaking distraction. But a lot of people jumped on board with it. Totally disappointed in the black Americans right now, today. Are you kidding me? I watched hundreds of people got in their feeling about how this man right here put you in your feelings on some stuff that did not have any associations to the case of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. What should have been said after this guy right here start coming out and they brought this family out, what should have been said was, okay, we're not here for that. We're not here for that. Or it's basically ignoring it. See, because the less attention that this guy would have received, he would have shut it down because he'd have realized nobody is following me on my bullshit. But you black American people out here that support Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly should be held accountable for this guy right here to allow himself to come out here to put you guys in a different direction that is called feelings that has absolutely nothing to do with supporting Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Shame on you guys. But hey, we already know how the American people get down, as well as this guy. He runs his show based on a lot of feelings. He put you in your feelings about how he was the mentee, how he was Mr. Kelly was the father and the uncle and the brother and all that shit. You didn't come out here for that. You came out here to support Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. So why in the fuck was he able to achieve the level of an actor figure, of acknowledgement over the one man that everybody says freed Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly? I couldn't understand why everybody wanted to hear his bullshit, but I get it, because if it ain't no mess, it ain't no channels, because we like that goddamn mess out here. It is what it is. You go, Stephen Greenberg says, what my regret is that I did not get to expose you. But here's the thing though. Tasha K did. Tasha K did. But I get it. Tasha K stepped saying a whole lot of shit about Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly too. Tasha K straddler. But if Tasha K would have gotten the push from the Team Chaos, tell us more. Tell us more. Nobody kept lighting that fuel over there with Tasha K because they got upset about what she was saying about Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. We all knew what she was saying about Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly had to have that question mark behind it. But we all know that this culprit right here was the goddamn demonic ass person out here and was involved in a whole bunch of shit of this allegedly takedown of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. So Tasha K was your birdie. We could have kept her talking about this one. Oh yeah, about this one. Yeah, and notice how these two here, they laid up off of Tasha K too. These here claims to be the prime goddamn number one supporters of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. So why didn't they sit out here and kept pushing Tasha K? Why didn't they stay on her neck to keep pushing information out about this one right here? No, all got laid to rest. It got quiet. So Greenberg comes back and says it had to wait until after the unjust. What do I get out of that? He waited. He waited. Maybe, just maybe, hypothetically speaking, this could have been one of his reasons of why he said, let's let New York go first. Just maybe he did know about the connections of, the other attorneys or what's his name, Daryl Johnson. Just maybe he had to just play his cards right. That's just a maybe, because we still has a ways to go out here to see if Jennifer Bonjean can get this case overturned or retried. Overturned with an acquittal or retried. From what I see, you guys, this shit is a hot mess. This is a hot goddamn mess. Now, I know a lot of y'all gonna be questioning Greenberg about, why are you saying something now? But at some point, there's a lot of people, you have to understand the game of chess. You can't talk too soon. You can't move too soon. It blows your cover. Gotta let things play out the way it's playing out right now. And with Greenberg coming back, retweeting, rebutting to Angelo Clarey, if you ask me, in my opinion, I think that he has played one hell of a game of chess. That's just me. We all know that him and Jennifer Bonjean has some type of association. They do. You saw the pictures with them together. Well, all attorneys kind of have that attorney friend, client friend, relationship. You saw that play out with Attorney Becker, right? For some reason, and I think that there's a deeper reason why that played out. But I'm not going to put it out here. I'm just going to wait for it to play all out. I sit and I watch this stuff just like you guys do. And I hear things and I read a lot, but this was never my position to play. But now that I'm feeling comfortable in this position, the shit show supervisor is going to be bringing it to y'all just like I do. Hell with the rest. What I do want to read, though, y'all, is some responses to these goddamn retweets. That's what I want to do. Let's see what they say, y'all. Hold on. Let's see what Team Chaos people had to say. Hollywood comes back with saying, I am just being me. I don't know how that got to do with it. Deandra Logan Kelly. Oh, there's another Kelly. That picture looks familiar too. Comes back and says, I loves the Lord. And another one, Red Boy. Okay, okay, maybe I'm on the wrong retweets, cuz. Chaos Forever says she got her opinion and you got yours. Don't get me or keep the negative to yourself. A lot of these people, Robert Sylvester Kelly, survivors, stalkers, liars, clout chasers, and groupies. I don't own the rights. And so you're going to get a lot of janky retweets on here that have absolutely no reference to in my opinion, to to the tweets of Greenberg. So I don't know, you guys. I don't know. We're gonna have to see where all of this shit goes. So if you are rocking, if you like the commentary, hey, it was just a little 30-minute clip just to bring you guys up to speed, which I know most of you guys are up to speed, but I have my own little genuine way and my own time of when I come. So with that being said, you guys, wait, okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's read Tawana Campbell. She comes back with shaking my damn head. Dude, you pimped out your own kid, taught her to lie. Why? Okay, so she just no, she comes back with shaking my damn head. Shanikia Davis comes back with no holds bar. I hit dogs barking loud as fuck, Tanaya Jones had to say. And Melissa Renee, she comes back with my favorite word, y'all. Woo cha. Shout out to Melissa Renee, y'all. Woo cha. The walls are closing in on the Savages and the Clarys. Wow. Anna says level up goes with yo. Like, what has just happened here, right? O'Kale's appeal not guilty 2K22 says, well, that's true, y'all. That's true. So we just caught up on some of the rebuttals back to Stephen Greenberg's rebuttal to Angelo Clarey. I'm not making any allegations. It is what it is about these 4 individuals behind me. Now, I have a little bonus treat for you guys, and I do not own the rights to this video. It's just a little snippet that I just want you guys to hear. I know I'm taking a risk on this, but this is how things goes out here because there is a lot of bitter people out here that just don't want you to run. You say, Pap, y'all need to do this panel ASAP. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, just a little bonus treat, right? Just a little bonus treat for you. Now, I did mention this guy, right? And it just baffled me because I was, making my lunch upstairs and I was like, what is this right here, right? And of course, it may come back with a strike. It may come back with a strike, and it is what it is because they don't like for you to talk about them. But they get to do it. Pap is not a striking person. I don't get in my feelings or anything about that. I'm not a striking person. Whatever I play, it is what it is. Whether it gets out there or it doesn't. It is what it is. I don't have that bitterness in me. I'm going to strike your page and you're going to jail. Or I'm going to do a cease and desist. That ain't my goddamn style. This is TV. Entertainment TV. So I can't understand how a lot of people, would get upset so fast to be doing, those type of things. But it is what it is. But I can't help but to notice how the mentee who says that he is 10 toes deep for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. And it kind of puzzled me, right? And we all know how he liked to do his commentary right here. But you goes and he's living freely out here, doing whatever he wants to do. And I couldn't help but to notice that there was a court hearing with him and Infamous Sylvia. Infamous Sylvia went after him or something about the abuse of a vehicle for non-payments, right? And I'm saying to myself, well, wait a minute, dude. That doesn't make sense to me. Let me let you guys hear this shit here. I got to go. Y'all gonna have me speeding to work. Just a second.
That's where sometimes them peppermint people are so ignorant. Them peppermint people are so ignorant sometimes.
Let me make sure. Okay. Let's do this. Let's start it over. Listen to this shit. I'm like, Sylvia, hello, knock knock, girl. They want to talk about reopening the case. Oh, this is a case that needs to be reopened immediately. Man, I ought to be back down there in that courthouse so fast. But like you say, Reba, I believe what you just typed. Give me a sec. I just gotta find this one part, y'all. This shit was crazy as hell.
I got my second business under my belt.
You what? what? Listen, y'all.
I'm gonna go this way. I'll get something. But yeah. Proud business owners. I got my second business under my belt.
One more time. One more time. What did he say, y'all? What did he just say?
I'm gonna go this way. I'll get something. But yeah. Proud business owners. I got my second business under my belt.
You don't say. Second business under his belt. Now, when I clicked on here, apparently it looks like he was coming up out of a credit union. This guy here. Mind you that his mentee is sitting in the NDC, waiting on a sentence hearing and an appeal court over hearing to be overturned. But you come on live to tell everybody he would be 10 toes deep for this man. But in the process, he's out there making business moves. Says that he has now 2 business up underneath his belt. So as I hear that, I'm saying to myself, but wait a minute. How could that possibly be? Who would give you a business in your name when you just left a court hearing owing somebody $6,000 on a car? Now, call me stupid and slap me silly. Maybe that just ain't hit his fucking credit report or something yet. I don't know. Or is the shit true about this goddamn court proceedings that happened over a car? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm baffled. But this is something right here, in my opinion. If I'd have heard that shit, man, I'd have been in my car on the freeway, open this motherfucking case up. I want my money. I want my money. You got 2 businesses that wasn't fucking reported to the fucking judge after your phone done died and you can't find a phone cord. And this is shit he ran on the attorney over there involving Sylvia case, right? And so he couldn't make it. He couldn't find, and he had all bunch of goddamn excuses. Now, I'm just saying, you got all these excuses to not pay Sylvia $6,000, but you opening up to your second goddamn business? Boy, when I tell you I'd have been goddamn it in the Maserati rolling down there at 220 miles per hour, getting pulled over. Hold up, Mr. Officer, please take these cups up off of me. I gotta file. I got to go refile some shit. This nigga just told the world that he has 2 goddamn business. If you got 2 goddamn business, you got money to pay me. I roll me my money. But I'm just saying, ain't no way in the hell that you owe six motherfucking grand. Now, whether that debt been paid or not, I don't know. Where we left off on that episode, that's where we were. Sylvia was trying to get her $6,000 about the car. 2 business means that you can pay the fuck up. You means you can pay the fuck up immediately. Baby, we ain't finna wait on you to get the keys to these 2 joints that you opening up. You can't even open them motherfucking doors until I get my motherfucking check. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Man, y'all, this is exactly why, and no check, like I'm saying. I had to put this background up. I had to throw y'all that damn bonus right there. I had to throw y'all some bonus out there. That shit. But I tell y'all, the boy never seems to goddamn amazes me. See, what happened when you talking too much and you think people done forgot all about the other stuff and the other stuff? Boy, if Sylvia don't hurry up and put a goddamn garnishment out there on both business, and I'm gonna want another $6,000 for you telling the people or telling the judge that your phone and shit died. If you had the first goddamn business, that tells me that you had money to even get one of these motherfuckers to keep that goddamn phone alive at all goddamn times. You tried to pull one over the judge and that goddamn Sylvia over that $6 grand. Roll that woman her money before you get them keys, boy. Roll that woman that money. What the hell? And you know you shouldn't have told me, Booker. You know you shouldn't have told me about no second business. I'm just saying. And Sylvia, I want my goddamn 3% cut off of that. I just helped your ass out. Now, I got to go. And I love saying I got to go. Because it ain't on just one goddamn person in the world that can use that darn term. I got to go, y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe. We're waiting on the next big bang out of Angelo Clarey or Stephen Greenberg. I noticed that Jennifer Bonjean did not tweet back to that nonsense, so shout out to her. See, that's what I call stack your decks, so you can ease right past that cease and desist. No, you don't want them to shut up. You want them to keep talking. That way, I can go through the chain of command and hit your ass with something a little bit more powerful about it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord, y'all. This shit was crazy. You say he's trying to make that PP loan look legit? Oh, my God. Shout out to you, T-Sizzle. I ain't even think about them goddamn PPP loans. But you may be on to something. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Veronica Veselqueta. These that was hidden by Priscilla. Shout out to you for sticking your head in here and getting your ass chopped off. I got to go, y'all. Have a goddamn beautiful, beautiful day.
There's something in the air.